It, which is now a horror icon, with the remake becoming one of the highest grossing R-rated movies of all time. But aside from this, there's something creepy about taking something which is aimed for children and placing it in a horror setting, because the two are so opposite. So what does all of this have to do with Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared? Well, it's easy to just grab a doll and put it in a dark, scary room and say, look everyone, look how spooky it is, and then bosh, millions of dollars. But what the new Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared show has that makes it stand out is subtlety. Instead of looking like most horror movies, needing to constantly show you creepy house, creepy hallway, creepy creep, it appears bright and cheerful at first glance, taking the form of a children's puppet show. And then, the more you look, the more you watch, you begin to notice that, just like with these images, something is off. So I thought it'd be a bunch of fun to join these murder puppets and do a big old deep dive into the creepy horror fun that is Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Episode 1. The episode begins and it's black. Total darkness. A soft tune in the style of a music box begins to play as the image of a spinning model house fades in from the middle. As though you're just waking up, the footage is flickering, as though it's recorded on an old-fashioned camera. The house looks too perfect to be real, with smooth edges and a soft pink colouring. The house has some lovely trees around it, again strangely smooth. The background is made up of green rolling hills and blue sky. The character in the whole show who speaks like a normal person.
I guess we stayed up all night talking again.
He's generally confused about the bizarre antics, but goes along with them anyway. His appearance is lots of red, smallest out of the three, rocking some blue overalls. His eyes almost look as though they are popping out, placed on the outside of his head, looking constantly shocked and scared at the same time. And his mouth hangs open, like he's waiting for you to say something, confused. He's always asking questions like he doesn't understand what's happening, even though none of them really do.
What happens now? What are you doing? What do you think happens when we die? Do we ever come back?
He talks in a very slow way, as though he's struggling, missing teeth and ciggies sticking out of its forehead. It screams in pain and wishes to die, dragging itself towards the mechanism, being mashed up to death and turned to dust. Oh boy am I jealous. He was a bit that did not fit, and so he's no use to them and gotten rid of. Could this be fortune? Being rejected by the assembly line, Duck tries to go over to Bolt and grab his helmet. He lifts it up and reveals a grotesque creature, screaming in agony, protruding from his head like a parasite. This relaxed, calm and friendly appearance is just that, an appearance, and this reveal instantly makes you feel uneasy for the trio, as these creatures are clearly not what they appear to be. We've been told that accidents happen here all the time, and on every danger sign is this Bolt man getting hurt, slipping and having a gear fall on his head. Could this be the injury that caused him to have a mangled mess underneath his helmet? But before he can say anything, it's lunchtime. Every time something out of the ordinary or sinister happens, the trio are quickly distracted by a loud noise or by being thrown into another scenario.
The vending machine, it's a vending machine. We all eat lunch from a vending machine.
Not that there's anything wrong with eating from a vending machine, but it's a fairly odd thing to be so excited about. It's as though it's the best part of their day. And it's not like, oh, we occasionally grab a little snacky from a vending machine. It appears as though it's their daily routine, with everyone getting the usual vending machine snacks. A slice of lasagna, a single ciggy, and some water. But not any old water, because this water is two things which water should never be: hot and black. Sputtering out of the vending machine like a drain being unclogged, spilling over itself on the edge of the cup, making a big old mess of things. They all line up, and Yellow has no trouble getting his Siggy lasagna meal deal, because he's one of the team now.
You must be the new guy I've been hearing so much about. How are you?
Duck, however, who is having trouble fitting in, is told that he needs a token for his meal, despite no one else having one. And so, unfortunately, he will have to get his munch from the free vending machine, a rustier, less appealing machine which pretty much sums up the word unhygienic. It's as though all the leftovers and cigarette butts have been scooped up and chucked into this machine. In a robotic, distorted voice, it tells Duck to reach out his hand, or wing, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah, I reckon. Hold your hand out then.
And out plops a disgusting brown fluid, covering his hand. but oh no, she gave him too much, and asks him to put some back in, and the mental image of him trying to scoop up this brown sludge and ram it back up into this rusty pipe makes me want to be sick. Now, back to Mr. Red on the phone.